Hi, Anthem. Welcome back to another midweek sermon recap. We want to welcome you. We want to thank you if you were able to join us either online or in person. This last Sunday, we covered Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. We talked about what this idea of purity really means. Oftentimes, we try to water down the idea of pure into something more like clean or cleanliness, that it's clean enough, majority clean. We talked about how that wouldn't really fly if we were buying some fruit juice for our kids, if it said something like kind of pure fruit juice, or perhaps adulterated grape juice would not be something that we would be too eager to buy and serve to our kids, well, depending on how close we are feeling to our kids in any given week. What we did discover is that purity really means, to the full extent, that it is without mixture, there are no additives to it, it is unsullied by anything else, there is just one thing and one thing only, and obviously that's the idea of pure. Kind of the go-to illustration for pastors is 100% pure maple syrup. And it's kind of funny that you even have to say 100% because that's really what the word pure means, so that's a little bit redundant. We talked about this idea of purity, not just of conduct, not just of the exterior visible life, but Jesus really hones in on the interior of who we are, sort of the source of who we are, and he says that the pure of heart it will be who see God. The idea of heart is this wellspring, the source of who we are, the seat of our emotions. It's where our thoughts spring forth from, and Jesus is wanting access to that. We recognize that we as humans, we are broken in heart, that it is our hearts that the scripture says that are deceitful above all things. Jesus mentions a number of sins that issue or flow from the heart, and so we know that if we want to obtain or maintain this purity of heart, this is supernatural. This is something we must rely on Jesus to do. One of the ways, that we do this is by intimacy, relationship with Jesus, placing our faith in him. Our salvation renews us. The prophets likened that to a heart transplant, removing a dead heart and God replacing our heart with a beating one. And we recognize that when these hearts are purified by Jesus, that is this work of salvation. It's his work, his impossible work for us to do, but work that he does very, very well. And so once we have this pure heart of Christ, then we join him in his work of continuing to purify us, continuing to abstain from sin when sin is in our life, that we confess it, that we reject it out of our lives, and that act of jettisoning sin is what continues to help us walk in purity. And then last but not least, more than a command, this is a blessing. Jesus promises us that we who are pure in heart, we who have experienced this cleansing of Jesus Christ and who continue to walk in purity, that we get to see God, not just in the afterlife, obviously that will come, but even in the here and now, he is promising us relationship and intimacy, a fellowship, a sense of feeling with God that is available to us even today. I encourage you guys to spend time with the Lord. Ask him if there's anything within you that he sees as an additive, as an impurity, and join with Jesus in his attempt to purify you, and I promise you that he will not let you down. We look forward to seeing you this next week when we visit the beatitude of blessed are the peacemakers, and we're looking forward to that, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.